Hey everybody, it's Matt with Low Cash Homestead. So we're looking at some carrot boxes. We planted these in heat tolerant. Yeah, we are moving into fall, but these are heat tolerant because it still gets pretty hot here in Missouri in August. It hasn't stopped raining. It's been raining for a couple weeks now. Yeah, it hasn't rained every second of every day, but every day for the last few weeks has been rain. Great for the outside gardens, but also, you know, just creating some havoc and trying to get outside work done. My grass is like 1.5 feet tall in some places. So anyway, what we're looking at here is some carrot beds, and I showed you before, increase your germination rate by covering your carrot beds. This is just canvas, cotton canvas. You could use burlap, you could use cardboard, you could use newspaper. I know some folks use plywood. I don't do it that way, and then what I do is just spray the canvas down. Now underneath this, as you can see by these little ripples here, is soaker line. And so that soaker line's running, this canvas helps retain that moisture. These also are pelleted seeds. This is a romance carrot from Johnny's. I bought 5,000 or 10,000 of them. And they have been really, really great carrots. They grow well. They can tolerate the heat. They've been selling good because they get a good hefty size. And so I just wanted to show you. I use canvas, and you can spray that down each morning, or what I typically do is I spray it down, and then I'll turn my drip irrigation on for, you know, however long, maybe about an hour or so, until that canvas is nice and soaked again. And that's just a way to retain moisture. Let's take a look at something else we're doing. We're also ground fabricing the inside of the greenhouse as we've taken crops out. And what we're doing here is we're changing the raised box layout a little bit, and we're rebuilding these boxes. We're recycling a lot of the dirt, and you can see my son down here is actually screening out all the dirt that we're recycling, all the soil that we're recycling, because we're going to put, I'm heavy on root crops this fall, and so we don't want crap. And this is what comes in your bagged goods. Even your Pro Mix is filled with little bits of wood and stuff. So we're screening it all out so that it's nice and soft and supple for our root crops. So we got rid of the dead space between the beds as well, and we're just going to build this line all the way down. And then as part of our setup for fall, we're going to take these, those are just little, I filled in the space between the beds there with some boards from pallets. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to take those down, we'll dig that off, and we'll put ground control fabric on the bottom. We have ground control fabric on the top, but the reason we're going to take it out and dig it out and put ground control fabric on the bottom is because of the comfrey. And that's also another reason why we're doing this. I hadn't initially planned on doing the entire high tunnel in raised boxes, but if I can't get rid of this comfrey, it overgrows and chokes out my crops that I put here in the ground. So we're putting ground control down. Whether or not we're going to build another run of boxes here, I have yet to determine. Kind of depends on fall budget, but that's another thing that we're doing. And so he's actually doing up the mix. So it's basically, it's like half a wheelbarrow full of whatever dirt we have, and then half a wheelbarrow full of this sphagnum peat moss, and then we add perlite by the bucket full, usually 10 gallons at a time, and then we'll run through it with these three tools. One is just the hard rake, and then another one is a hoe, and this hoe has been repaired several times, and you can see that the shaft is cracked, and I've welded it and all kinds of stuff. And I think if I've got some Gorilla Tape, I don't know if I do, but we'll probably just tape that shaft up and just keep using it. So it's hard rake, that hoe, and as you probably have guessed, the infamous oscillator. Again, fantastic tool, and for $100 you can get the tool and a few extra batteries, a couple extra chargers, and anything. And it runs on these 20-volt Black & Decker batteries, which you can get everywhere. I mean, they're all over the tool section, even at Wally World. So it's not a huge deal if you have to replace the battery. It's not a custom battery or a really expensive battery. It's like a $20 battery. And these are aftermarket, and even these 4 amp hour batteries, I think were only like 25 bucks a piece. So the oscillator is a great tool, and you can see we've got 2 of them rebuilt so far. We started on this, well, we started digging all the boxes out and relocating them yesterday and laying the ground fabric, and we did all that yesterday, and now we're refilling the boxes. He's on the 3rd one. I've got some material to build another one. I don't know if I'll get to that today or not because it's been raining off and on, and we're in the high tunnel, which, you know, gives us the protection from getting soaked, but it also means I haven't been able to cut the grass. I got a little bit of grass cutting done, and we haven't been able to use the mulch maker, simply just because of the torrential downpours we've had for the last 2 weeks. That's what we're working on today. This is Matt with Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Have a good day.